local forecast with meteorologist Jackson Chastain starts now.
Well, it's nice, it's damp, and I do think these sky cams are just a little bit deceiving because I think it looks wetter than it actually has been in terms of the rain that we've seen. In fact, if you were to take a look at the totals that we've seen over the past 24 hours, yes, we have had some luckier spots. I mean, Lebanon got half an inch of rain yesterday, which is kind of outside the norm. Many of us stuck to a few hundredths of an inch. Lancaster got a few tenths, but this definitely was not a big rain chance, and that was just from one line of showers that moved through. We have some more lingering activity on the backside, but most of this is drizzle, and at best, it's a light shower, and that's pretty much what we're going to be seeing actually for the next 24 hours. The bulk of the rainfall that we may see is actually going to come on Monday. Now, yesterday, a high of 65, actually relatively seasonable for this time of year, as was the low. So if you're thinking about a typical October day, this is kind of what it typically looks like. It was cloudy. We expect similar conditions actually out the door, barring the fact that our lows today are in the mid to upper 50s, and that has all to do with the fact that dew points are just that much more elevated because of the moisture that's moved on in, and also because of the clouds. We're seeing a lot more heat retained overnight, which is why the temperature in Middletown does not really look like it's changed all that much. If you, I don't know if you watched the 11 o'clock broadcast, you should be asleep if you did, but if you did, the temperature was in the upper 50s, and we're still in the upper 50s. So you can see kind of where I'm going with this. Now, we will thankfully warm up just a little bit heading into the afternoon, all the way to up to about 62, 63. We're going to stay cloudy throughout the day, and notice the bulk of this rainfall for Sunday actually stays off the coast. It impacts parts of New England, New Jersey, maybe New York City. New York City is probably going to get a bunch of rain out of this, but for us, we are just outside that window, and so as a result, other than some stray showers, no dice for today. Now, this is where things start to get a little bit more interesting, and more models are kind of showing this, that there's going to be a shift off to the west, and the bands will move on in to south central PA. There are some models that are showing that this doesn't happen. So even now that there's still some disagreement, it is probably one of the trickiest forecast situations we've seen in a while. But I do think we get some rain on Monday. The question is how much. For me personally, a few tenths of an inch, I think, is probably the upper bound here. I don't think anybody's going to tap into an inch unless we get that whole low swing west. But even still, nice to get that rain. The rest of this week is not going to be quite so damp. In fact, we have a cold front that's going to move through on Wednesday. That'll cool us down, and then we'll warm back up right into the upper 60s Saturday, and no rain chances in sight. We will see if the rest of October is a little bit more, providing for us, Seth. But we're going to watch it.
All right, let this sink in. Most of us aren't even awake to watch the 11 o'clock news and then the morning news. Jackson works both of those.
I did. So maybe
it started late, I think, because of football, right?
I think the start time was 11:30, maybe. So I was actually talking about myself when I was talking about yours. So
it's therapeutic for Jackson.
There you go.
Right. Hey, much more to come on ABC.